Want to shout out to the VIP. This is London. We're going to go over Bitcoin just for a bit. It is guys, it's early in the morning, about 1 o'clock. You guys know that we address the market in these hours in which Asia may be up and trading. We're looking at the guys, and I have to just shout out to the VIP. I just want to talk about, guys, I'm excited about what has really gone through the roof today. FXS has done very well. I just want to talk about that because I did bring that to the VIP attention. We're going to talk about that in the back real quickly, guys. Brought that to the VIP's attention previous, right as it had nosedived down into that golden pocket. Excellent hit, just excellent hit. If you guys hit in around that target, you're up about 20% overall, guys. Very, very nice hit. Nice to see it up about 14% on the day. Okay, so very nice hit on FXS. Shout out to the VIP who are trading that in the back, who are hitting the button. You guys know we are the #1 trade group. That is just a fact. I'm just going to tell you guys. I know the traders. And yeah, shout out to Angel on top. In Bitcoin since $7.79. Guys, that is proof positive right there in terms of the quality that we bring. And we're excited to have you as a part of the audience this evening. Angel, I hope you're doing well. I hope everything's going well as 2022 rolls through. We are very excited. Now, in terms of this lower target, guys, on Bitcoin, that 33,734, beautiful target. It was a little bit of a lower target, a scoop down into a lower level. I don't know anyone else in the market. No one, guys. I don't know anyone else in the market who got this lower level target other than our group. Okay, you guys see on the bottom left, I'm London, former guys, Harvard Business School, Duke University. Okay, certified in markets, not financial advice. Go get that from JP Morgan if you trust them. Go for it, guys. And I know some of them, ex-employees, etc., and I trust them. They're good guys. So if you guys do roll with your financial advisor, whoever that is, enjoy that. I always say I'm not going to talk to your wife about your finances. That's not the point here. We're in crypto. It's not securitized. We enjoy Bitcoin. We like to trade. The #1 thing, you got to be able to hit that button. You guys know that. You need to be able to hit the button, right? And that's not only to buy, it's also to sell. So in terms of this scoop down, this lower function, very exciting to see. And hey, good morning to you in the chat. We welcome you to join our base camp. That's our bottom. It's our initial tier. People who want to move up to the VIP level, just hit the button on the desktop computer. You probably won't see it on your actual handheld mobile phone. I encourage you all to watch this on a big screen TV. Go ahead and Wi-Fi sync it or Bluetooth, whatever you need to do. Make sure you can see all of the dynamics in play. You guys know that I've been working with a little bit of a kind of an arrowhead function, just a consolidation feature that I would like to see play out to this upside. It so far, guys, in terms of Bitcoin, is just straddling up along this line in the 4-hourly candles. Very nice to see just buyers maintaining some levels of support here. That's nice to see. What's the overall goal here? As we would look at the different time frames, it's going to be expressed a little bit differently, but I've discussed I'd love to see an ascending triangle here. That would be the goal, okay? And in terms of all of the success that the VIP have had, we want to shout out to Josh. Absolutely on the bottom right, $1 million champ from 2021. Very nice to see that. Just Josh, you're the champ. You know that. I hope everything is going well in your businesses and other ventures. I think he's busy in 2022. We hope that you get a little chance to relax a little bit. You know, I know a lot of you are busy with your other endeavors, but the more successful that you are in trading, the more that you're able to hit the button, the more that you're able to take a price target. For instance, the $33,734.61 that I repeated, I'd say a dozen times. The more that you're able to incorporate those things, the more time that you should have away from your other businesses, away from things that would take your time, away from the market, so that you can even be more successful and hit more targets, right? Shout out to Angel in terms of that. I know he is the Mr. Hit the Button kind of guy. I'll tell you that, guys. He is our #1 contributor, 56,000 in terms of overall contributions, $1,000 chat super chat king, and that's just a small part of who he is. The bigger part is just the kind of guy that he is, and we appreciate that very much. Angel, I appreciate that from the heart. Absolutely, I appreciate that. And as I was talking with Angel about DOT, you guys know that we were talking about DOT earlier in the week. You know, I gave him a list of targets just slightly lower, right? Slightly lower than the higher price. And I know that some other channels and some other people were maybe telling him or some other people, hey, it's time to roll with DOT, you know? And I know that my specific target came in below right, where dot was. And other people were saying, hey, it's going up to the moon. It's going to go up 150%. And I'm like, I don't think so. I had a little bit of a lower target, right? So that target needed to be hit, right? Just like this target needed to be hit. Boom, 33,734, right? The targets are targets, guys. They're made and intended to be hit. I got to tell you guys, it's not just a number on a screen. It is profit if you hit your targets, right? 15%, 15.48% to the upside, right? Very nice. And in terms of this specific take right in here, I know on dot there was a perfect completion of an ascending triangle. Absolutely, a perfect micro ascending triangle. Beautiful. Hit the button. Take. Boom. Close the trade. Nice. On this one, we were in the back, and just shout out to Freddie. Got to talk about Freddie. Very exciting. Freddie, I know you can hit the button. Sometimes you may hit it too many times, huh? That maybe everybody's guilty of that every now and then, huh? I'll say that. But what I love about it, he's a top trader of January 2022 for the VIP in the house. Just have to say, guys, very, very, very impressive. Freddie has gone. I don't know where no trader has gone in January. Okay, in terms of that, just I gave everybody a challenge. He met the challenge, and I did want to show a video. Let's show a video if I can. Where is that video? Let me see if we have that video. And let's see what we have for Freddie. Now, Freddie, you're going to be watching this. First of all, I found another VIP. You guys see that nice Lambo cop car feature. Love that. In terms of Freddie, let's dig back through. And again, great shout out, great news that we got from Russia recently. You guys are going to like this video. Let me see if I can actually achieve watching this video. It is Freddie. Now, I'm going to have to play this. If I can play this, I want to show you guys who Freddie is. Freddie's a pretty cool cat, okay? You guys may not know who Freddie is. Where is the video, Freddie? Let me find this real quickly. I may have to come back to it if I can't find it right now. The Lamborghini Fantasma. You know, Freddie, I may have to come back to this because this is in our VIP squad room, our back music, etc. And where is this, Freddie? Well, shoot. I may have to come back to the video at a later point in time. All right, Freddie, that's on me. I'm going to have to come back to the video. You make sure that I come back to that video because I want to show that live. I want to show everybody how you are a champ. Here we go. Never mind, I found it. Guys, check this out. This is Freddie, our #1 trader for January. Let's see if we can watch this on screen. Just watch this. Now, Freddie, video on a look at this. Timeout. Now that's on you. That's on you, Freddie. You got to make that. This video was private. Go to home. Well, look at you. You're locking me out of the video. Well, anyway, you gave me the link. I can't play it. I tried to play it. Going to show how Freddie is a champ in a lot of different ways. Dig into some VIP secrets there. And look at you, Freddie, just blocking the public out of it. I guess it's restricted access. I don't know. Very interesting. But, Freddie, we got to get that fixed if you want to show that to everybody because that's a slamming video. Freddie shows up like an absolute, just a champ. You guys have no idea who he is. Pretty cool deal. So, anyway, I'm not surprised that it is private. But, hey, Freddie, make sure you unlock that so that we can all watch that on the next stream. You're probably laughing. I know you're watching this the next day. But shout out. We'll get that video up and running. I can't wait for everyone to say, whoa, Freddie, that's impressive. You guys will be impressed. So as we would look at this price function, appreciate you guys just walking through a little bit of that with me in terms of that. We got to get Freddie on the ball, right? He's got to open up a little bit more there in terms of those settings. Okay, in terms of that. No use on being on. You're on lockdown. You're on video lockdown. We don't need that. We need you interacting, right? So as we look at this, guys, this ascending triangle, flat top. Okay, a little bit of differentiation here on the 4 hourly as we dig into, and this is on Bitcoin in lower time frames. It's nicely expressed, okay, in terms of this this top line hit here. And what was the take? The take factor was, I just say, real easy if you trade a lot. If you're not trading much these days, this could have been a difficult take, okay. But I did alert Freddie at 104. I was like, hey, what's going on? 104. This is about a 105, threshold here in terms of that day. I'll remember that because he was thinking about taking. I know he got a good trade out of it. Wanted him to maximize that trade. And if you trade a lot, you'd know that Bitcoin has been within about this ratio threshold, just cutting it, just not giving the traders everything they want. So it was a nice ascending triangle in this area from 37,600 up to 38,800, there and about. A little bit over, about 38,950 thereabout. And this was just the threshold take where I was like, Freddie, what are we doing? What are you doing? What's going on? Where is your threshold? How much are you going to push this? And a lot of times bulls are difficult to talk to, but I'll just tell you that this part of what makes them, it gives you your own style, right? Always hold on to that. And yeah, we're not just a flat buyers club, something like that. Definitely with targets though. We all like to nail targets. That's the kind of the MO of the group. We all like to hit them low, right? I did talk about Last night it was a good feature, just real short. This will be a short stream as well. And Angel, shout out. We want to hear how your trades are going. We need an update. Absolutely. We need to hear how you're cranking through those trades. We want to hear how you're hitting the button and how it's working out. You need to update us on the market, the angles of the market that you're seeing. All right, that's very important. Just what are you seeing in the market? Because what you see in the market may be completely different than what we're seeing in the market, and I mean that literally. All right, so I'd like to hear, and so would the community, in terms of what you're seeing right now in the market. I know that you were very adamant in terms of no fear zone. Would like to see where you have delved into, what parameters you've gotten into, and what are you seeing in the market right now. It's really important for our community, and I'd like just to get that in terms of your input back to us. It's important. We appreciate that very much when you're able to do that. Not the super chat necessarily, just exactly what are you seeing in the market in terms of just being a participant in the market. We want to know how things are going for you in terms of the overall function here. As we look at the hourly, I'm trying to find a good time frame where we can find the flat top line expressed of Bitcoin. That's a crucial component of what? Of the ascending triangle. You guys know that. There we go. Come on, Freddie. There we go, Steve. Nice to see that teamwork in action, right? Teamwork. There's a team player right there in terms of Steve O. We appreciate your commitment to the market and VIP. It's important. We got the top group, and I appreciate you being a part of it. What's going on? I know that you're up trying to tackle the market. As we would look at this top line resistance, okay, we have a little bit of deviation. Okay, I'm gonna slide this down. You see the top levels here on the top left, in line with these previous hits on the 5-minute. We could dig into the 1 minute, but I had the candles on, so it should show us where the price went on the 1 minute. Okay, please listen to that. I have the candle wicks on, so it should show us where the price line went on the 1 minute from the 5-minute chart. Okay, let me get a sip of coffee real quickly. All right. Now, in terms of these differentiated levels of resistance, I'm willing to pull this down one notch. You'll notice that we're off of this specific area. I want this to be flatlined completely to another hit. Okay, when buyers are present, it really most often will show up almost exactly, guys. And I was just say, I don't want to say exactly. You can go with the almost exactly threshold, but normally what I'll do in a situation like this is I will pull up and I will go ahead and draw the ascending triangle within the framework of the differentiation it's given us across the top. Okay, it's a technique that I don't mind if you use. I almost recommend that you use, guys, in terms of this, just to keep in mind what the buyers right now, what the traders are looking at. Okay, these multiple levels of resistance, and yes, it could have been a clean hit, boom, if that ascending triangle would have completed to the upside, right? We would be looking at something potentially more structured and more in line with the technicals, more in line with that textbook definition. When I say something's textbook, guys, I mean it's by the book. Let's roll, let's hit it. This would be a situation where there's a little bit of differentiation, adding to that risk component. Now, in terms of this, we can talk about, let's go back to the hourly. How about that? We have this consolidation feature in here, okay? We have the buyers stepping in. It's nice. We'd like to see another hit back to this level of resistance. Now, if you're waiting to trade into this zone, I'll tell you this. Okay, some people have potentially a lower acquisition at this point, 33,734 if you hit the target. Okay, if you didn't sell at the top. I was asking, the reason I asked Freddie, like, what is your threshold? When are you going to quit? Do you have a re-entry strategy in mind? It's always, can you sell it and buy it for less? That's typically the ideal. We're always buying, we're always selling, always trying to capture that extra 5%, that extra 10%, 20%, 50%, right? As you look throughout a lot of the coins that have come down a good 50%, that's and it's come down 50%. For us, it's a good 50%, right? Absolutely, that's something that we look forward to in terms of its expression of the discount. That's how, essentially, that's how heroes are made. That's how, if you would just say, the grand slams are hit throughout the year. And I had these up, very interesting. We wanted to talk about a little bit of where Bitcoin went from ground zero. You guys will remember these functions in here, this price action. We were here since 29,750, and me before then with the alpha traders calling this, bam, okay, in terms of the previous pour down from the $65,000, bam, okay. So this pickup here was crucial. Where did we get to? Just just about on the candles, guys, that golden pocket. And that's not just a fly around term here, right? That's measured, that is calculated. That's literally just within that threshold, right across that 69,000. Is it an arbitrary number? No, not really, guys. From this, or not at all. Let's just say not at all. If we were to go from ground zero on the extensions and line that up to the 28,802, and let's make sure that we get this exactly right. Let's do this, okay? I want to show you how 69,000 came into the mix, okay? Right into 28,802. Okay, 28,802 was the low. Let's draw this up to that 65. They're about 65. Drop this on down, right? This extension tool, Fibonacci's, all calculative. I talk about non-sequential orders, okay, that we're looking at in terms of non-sequential formulations or non-sequential growth patterns. Not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, Fibonacci's 23.6, 38.2, 50%, 61.5 or 61.8 to the 65th percentile, right? We think of growth structuring and pattern. The pattern of a growth cycle is different than a sequentially ordered set of numerals, okay? It just is. So when we look at that, we're able to take the extensions, draw from ground zero, I mean from zero. Ground zero means zero, okay? Up to, draw your extension up to the prior all-time high, 65,000. Just call it 64,863.10, $64,863.10, okay? I know it very well, okay? Depending upon the authority you look at, that should be it. Call it 65,000. Draw down to the 28,802, and what do you get, guys? What do you get on your golden pocket? And this is not just throw around terms. This is exactly what this is. Okay, the 61.8 is $69,000. Boom. So we got up to that level of expectation in terms of that 60. In terms of that, we call it Old Goldie. Shout out to Angel, because we do. We call it, hey, hit Old Goldie. Okay, that's the golden pocket. Okay, I have drawn out here this head and shoulders feature. I just want to remind you, I'm not a big fan of kind of return to zero patterns. I'm just not, guys. In terms of being a bull or a bear, there's money on both sides of the market. So when you're kind of forcing it to go one direction over the other, say, no, I only want it to go up, well, there's two sides of the market. You can make money on the way up and the way down. I encourage you guys to kind of challenge yourself with that thinking during 2022. You can make money on the way up and the way down. So in terms of that, just not always the direction or where you want it to go, but just taking advantage of every aspect of the market. The essential target here. Now let me just measure this. Let me make sure that we are right on with this specific measurement, because I don't like return to zeros. I just don't like a return to zero pattern. That's not. I'm not a fan of a return to zero pattern. That's not going to work, right? So as we would look at this, the downside target of this would be about 15.23. Okay, 15.23. Now, Luke, shout out to you. Shout out to Luke in the audience. He is a good chart a technicalist. What would I say? Luke, you're just great. You're a great guy. Appreciate you having you. Very much so in VIP. That's just that's the truth. Real strong in terms of technicals. And we talked about that 15, 30, and 35, didn't we? And interesting that head and shoulders. Wanted to bring this up. The head and shoulders is about 15.2, right? So that's interesting as we have that backup feature for our that deep pocket kind of dig. That could we get there? It'd be fantastic if we could. Why? Because everyone would love if you think something's valuable, you want to get it at a lower price. I'm just going to tell you guys with the complications, this and that with the Fed, etc. There have been a few undeterminables as of recently. It's required us to employ our standardized strategy, okay, and a strategy that beats the lot, as you would talk about the rest of the market. That 99% rule of people that lose, we don't want to be involved in that percentile. Excited again in terms of FXS. Just want to bring that up. Huge hit from the golden pocket. It's up 15%. You're up over, I'm going to say over 20%. You guys correct me if I'm wrong, but over 20% since that golden pocket hit that I brought to the VIP. Shout out to Angel, brother. I did bring that to you as well. Hope you traded that golden pocket. It was just a nosedive down into the golden pocket. It was really exciting to see that play out for the VIP. I brought them to that. I show the fighter jets going along. I say hit them low, right? That's the idea in terms of that. So shout out to Angel. I hope you traded that, and hopefully we'll get an update on that and what else you're trading. We just look forward to genuinely hearing what you're trading. We're excited about that, and let's see what we got. I would imagine that Steve is probably trading Matic. He's a big fan of Matic all the time. Absolutely, Steve. Congrats on all your success there on Matic. So as we would look at the residual, and Matic's up about 3.3%. Sand's trying to have a little bit of a rebound. We got, some quietness in the market other than that. Nothing much over 2%. Okay, we've got ETH has made a little bit of a push. Most things are kind of retracing. You'll see this generalized retracement. So it's nice that FXS kicked up and out of its level of the Fibonacci. It was nice to have brought that to the VIP. It was nice to have brought that to Angel in terms of, hey, check this out, and boom, nice move to the upside. That's what we're all about, okay? And as I talk about those different levels of the fibs, looks like sand has gotten up and out slightly. Let's look at Sol. Sol is still captured within its level of the Fibonacci. C98 had a big up and out. I brought that in and around. We discussed that, didn't we? We actually did. I think I brought C98 up to the VIP, etc., before it actually kicked up and out. So that's a nice one as well. Didn't really remember that one, but yeah, that moved. There's another one over 15% over in the last week. We've had C98, we've had FXS, we've had Bitcoin, DOT from the lower level. So that's 4 in the last week. While other people are trying to scramble and come up with trades, we've had 4, boom, in the last week. Because I did in terms of that C98, we mentioned that. I think in the VIP restricted zone, I had brought that up. So I was glad to see that react. Not sure when you guys may have gotten that message, but we can review that, and I am certain that I had brought that before. AVAX, okay, AVAX, okay, AVAX is still within its consolidated zone. AXS, consolidated zone. As we would look at DOT, consolidated zone. It's just essentially just repeating in that zone, okay? That lower target was a big deal. Like to see that right shoulder complete out to the upside. You guys, I'm sure, will have your own impressions of what you'd like to happen with that, aside from what I will probably mention technically. As we would look at LRC or Loop Ring. Shout out to Richard. Richard, brother, what's going on? Nice call on Loop Ring. You had to dig a little bit deeper, but nice to see that dig. Nice to see that dig, and good heavens, man. Nice to see the dig. Why? Because check out 72% on Richard brought Loop Ring to the group to take a look at. Now, the technical conformance was difficult. It bypassed its golden pocket, but that's 72% plus 72%. I'll say from the actual point there of the measured Fibonacci. What is it, guys? From the Fibonacci, 46%. Nice move, right? Nice move. And just shout out to you, Richard, if you were trading that. Always ready to double down at lower levels. I tell people, if you like it at one level, how can you not like it at the lower level, right? You just, you got to hit it at the lower level. It's just that is the point, right? So as we would look at Gala, has reacted well. It's gotten up and out of its zone as well. Let's just kind of measure as we go through price action and looking at pricing action, 44%. As we look at Ethereum, Ethereum did kind of get up and out and recollapse back, but even Ethereum, let's just go low to high. Let's go low to high on Ethereum, 25% move. Guys, I'm asking you if you've been trading. That's where I'm getting to right now. Have you booked a trade? Okay, and it may not be like real nice. This is not easy going conversation, right? This is not perfect conversation. We want perfect conversation. Well, how about on FTM, 35%, right around 35%? Did you book a trade? Okay, even looking at Link. Okay, we're going over what's the last period of time here. You guys, we need to focus on this. We got to beat the market. You want to beat the market? Focus on this. 6 days, right? In 6 days on Link, what was the maximum expressed pricing here? 25%. Did you book a trade? As we would look at the differences in terms of the different, you're going to focus on what you want to with price action. In terms of rows, let's say 25%. A lot of these trade on ETF, etc. But, I'm just going through the price action to ask you, while we've been in this consolidated zone, have you booked a trade? Right, that's the most important thing to me. I want to know, have you booked a trade? 30% on Mana, and aside from, and I do tell people, you do your own technicals. You're going to have a different viewpoint of the market than me. I cherish that fact. I want that to occur always. That's not a personal jab at you or me or anything. That's just the truth. I expect you to have your own interpretation of the technicals. I just do. That's what makes you a great trader. All of you, okay? So it's not a buy-sell club. It is, what are your technicals? You guys bring the heat to the game. You guys understand your alpha, right? You want to beat the market. That's the percentage by which you beat the market, okay? So let's look at BNB, about 20%. And I'm just going to roll through these so that we can see what's the express price action. I'm going to dig a little deeper on Doge because we had some deeper targets on that. About 27%. Not bad. Not bad. 27%. 20 to 25%. Really, like Loop Ring is really standing out right now in terms of that. Numera has also done well last 2 days. Very nice to anyone who, hedge fund, right? It's a hedge fund currency. Interesting. Hedge fund. Okay. 30% on CRO. Just a few of these. As we would look into, I would expect some of these to kind of calm down. As we would look at like ADA, what's the express volatility? 21%. XRP, not expecting a huge move on XRP. Did it get up and out a bit? About 19%, a little bit down. Dusk has moved relatively well between the deep dig and the not so deep dig, right? This was one that didn't recapture much. 50% since the bottom express level here. You'll notice that Dusk, excuse me, pardon me, guys, Dusk did not go to a lower level. Okay, Bitcoin did, DOT did. Not, it wasn't required of all the coins. Pay attention. Dusk did not go down to another level. It did not achieve a lower target, right? Some of the coins did. Dusk did not. 52%, okay, in that 6-day time period. Did you book a trade? Let's go through one. Let's look at one real quickly, okay? One has been a phenomenal coin in terms of price action. Undoubtedly, 25%. It seems like it's kind of cooled down a bit. That first initial dig down, really people buying that dip, okay? 34%, okay, in about 6 days. Let's look at Near. Near has cooled off quite a bit. Let's just look at the price action. Let's ask, guys. 35%. Did you book a trade? Sheeb. Let's look at Sheeb. Let's look at that original pour down, kind of reminiscent of Doge in terms of that, just the price action, just the deep dig originally, okay? And I'd say Dusk also, the deep dig and not the secondary. Deeper dig, right? 38%. Okay, did you catch it low? Have you booked a trade? 38%. I just want to go through this, guys. It's important for me to look at this. Now, in terms of, let's say on Luna, okay, Luna up 31% in that 6-day time period and down, okay, down right now, 31.8%. Did you book a trade? Let's look at Atom. Let's go ahead and look at Atom. Let's go through this. And you guys know this is just how we are, right? This is what we do. We book trades. 36% express volatility. XCAD, some of these are just a little bit of a remnant, kind of a legacy trade, maybe something we were looking at for a moment. Now, in terms of MicroStrategy, just wanted to say, hey, what's up, MicroStrategy? I know you. There we go, MicroStrategy. That's an equity. We don't deal with equities. That's not our forte. So as we would look at these guys, it's just not what we focus on. We like to express volatility in crypto. Been in Bull BTC, Bear BTC, and Elon. Way to go, Steve. Nice to hear about your trades. I appreciate you updating the community on that. It's very important. Elon has had some great price action. I really like the coin, and I'd like it to get lower. I'd like it to get lower, okay, so that we can recapture that pricing cycle. I would like all those coins that came out around that time in 2021 to repeat their pricing cycle, okay, as we would look at Matic. I'd like to get a runway before we do that, okay? You guys understand the runway feature? I'd like to see a runway and then a repeat of the cycle. Ideally, that's what I would like to see. I think it would benefit a higher price, okay? It would benefit a higher price were we to achieve a runway, okay? That's just technically stated. Now, in terms of Matic, 40%. Did you book a trade? In terms of Sand, okay, we've been through some of these already to some extent, but just to recapture, Sand looks like it's doing pretty well. 34%, it's pushing up to higher. 40%, did you book a trade? So those are the questions I'm going to ask just to reframe the point, right, in terms of DOT. Did you book a trade? Let's look at DOT real quickly, okay? Just the deeper dig, you guys know that, down to a target, okay? The ones that went down to a target. If you guys have noticed that, the ones that went down to a target, right? Someone had a target down there. I had a target down here, and Angel gave that to you. I hope you hit that target. 27% to the upside. So did you book a trade? We'll get through Gala. What do we got here? Did we go through Gala? I don't know. And I will say that in terms of, like, you know, the market's really great at proving people wrong sometimes. I'll tell you, Numeric was nowhere on my list. I have to admit that for the community. I have to say Numeric absolutely was not on my list. It just wasn't. It hadn't expressed its, it was funny. I made a phone call or something to an individual who was chatting with someone regarding a hedge fund for a few hours before that, and then I saw that pop up. I'm like, that's the hedge fund. Crypto, absolutely. So 50% on Gala. That's a big move for Gala. Gala's had some nice price action, has dug back down a bit, but, you know, just as we look at the moves, and we'll just schedule back into, let me look real quickly onto Numeric, because that was just one, you know, it just wasn't on my primary list, right? It's up a 10%. It's throttled back and forth in this zone. It's on a fib. I just honestly, in the context of where it had been, it was low, and I had covered it previously. You guys see this writing. That's old school London, right? You guys know that. As we would look at the expressed hit here, it's just impressive, right? 73%. Now, did it beat Loopring? Maybe not. Shout out again to Richard. Did it beat Loopring? Maybe not. So exciting about that. FXS up 15% more or less. Okay, today about 14.46. It's throttled up to about 18%. So that's been nice in terms of anybody who hit that when I brought the golden pocket. Old Goldie shining through. Nice to see that. Let's schedule back into. Let's get back into. Let's get it back into Bitcoin real quickly. One more sip of coffee. All right, now in terms of Bitcoin, excited to see this kind of walk up this this line, this interior line that I have right here. That was the goal, right? Just some buying pressure. Can we get the buyers to step in? It looks like on the 4 hourly, we're down about a point right now, down 0.91 to be specific, but about a point off. Current price 36,819. Okay, so I'd like to continue to see buyers step up into this zone. The more that we capitulate down into our previous pricing targets, I don't even have to go over the targets. You guys have them. Absolutely. The more complicated this whole level is going to be. All right, in terms of the pricing targets, that 50% retracement's been hit quite a bit. I know people are eyeing that 61.8 to the 65th. You guys know that around that 35,000. Then we have our 50% macro retracement and our specialty target that was hit for a great trade. And let's just go through and what I'll say is this: I wanted to have just a light, brief, I don't know, just a brief kind of like catch up, brief kind of say, hey, what's going on? We're in line right now. Buyers are showing up. The one thing I'm going to bring up, I don't want to be bearish necessarily, but I want everybody to pay attention to this particular portion of the the stream here. Let's go to the daily. What do I want to look at? The daily versus maybe the hourly. What's going to be best expressed? Okay, as I get away from the trade station here, okay, as I get away from this and I come back to look at this, I just want to, and I'll say part of what I'm seeing is in all likelihood, let's say, tied in with the normal expression of an ascending triangle. I don't want to ask for, I don't want to excuse it, right, in terms of what I'm seeing right now. I don't want to excuse it, but I will fit it within the framework of a potential ascending triangle, which is consistent with the work that we've done on the candle wicks, right? But what we're looking at right now, that as I walk away from the trade station here, as I look back at it, okay, and I take another view of it, it's very clearly a bear flag. It just is. There's no question about it. The one thing that I'll say, okay, and please pay attention, the one thing that I will bring to your attention is the fact that typically on a bear flag, we're going to want a little bit more of this, okay, just a little bit different angle, okay. So in terms of that bear flag, it is a little bit steep on the incline, okay. Just pay attention to that specific component as you're looking for an ideal bear flag to trade. If you guys are looking for short or whatever you're looking for, or you're trying to predict your overall, and I just have gone through in terms of, did you book a trade? Have you booked a trade? I just want you guys to enjoy your 2022. I want you to be profitable. That's the point. I want you to be profitable. I want the team to be excited. I want you guys to be doing well, be enthralled, be able to talk about your trades. I want you to hit the button. I want you to trade. There is zero malcontent or anything other than me just wanting you guys to be excited, have a good 2022, and book your trades, right? If you're in a funk, if something's going on or something else is bothering you, maybe it's your work, maybe it's your family, I don't know, guys, but I want you to book trades. That's why I'm here. I'm here to encourage you from the heart. That's what I'm here for. I want you guys to be successful, period, okay? No question, zero, zilch, nada of anything else at all being tugged away here. I want you guys to book a trade, okay? So that's what I'd like you guys to do, just book trades. So guys, that's why I have the channel. You guys understand that? That's why we're here, right? That's why Angel's at the top. That's what we want for everybody here. We want people to book trades, okay? You guys know that, okay? That's where we're at. So if someone's listening to it like, why do we book a trade? Yeah, we're here. We want people to book trades. That's it. So as we would look at this specific, we want people to profit. We want you to enjoy the market, right? Never being overexposed. Always having heavy reserve capital available for lower levels, okay? Definitely for lower levels, but enjoying the market, being able to profit from the market. There's so much volatility. We have to capture it, guys. It's just the whole idea. As we would look at this, I would expect kind of a bear flag to take a bit of a different expression. This is just, this is, it's got a strong pitch to it. That's why I'm still focused on the ascending triangle here. It just, as it drags along and pushes laterally, I'd like to see it. I need to see it pick up soon. I almost waited to do the stream. I was like, well, first of all, I wanted to make sure people were trading. I want to make sure you guys are trading, but I also was like, well, I'd like to see a little bit more price action. I'd like to see the price action develop a little bit more before we just come on out and say, well, this is kind of where we're looking. Sometimes we'll wait, we'll be patient, and we'll say, okay, we need a little bit more in terms of price action to really come up with a good formulation information, watching the indicators, of course, okay, watching the indicators. On the hourly, I will say that the hourly has been very, very interesting in terms of these divergences. And I don't always pay attention to them, guys. A lot of times they could be misleading. And be careful, because these two bearish divergences, okay, were important. They were important. They gave us a breakdown here. They also gave us the breakdown here. So I'm watching that on the hourly. Stay posted to your MACD divergences on that hourly. They look like they've been pretty solid thus far. And you guys know it's always a confirmation. It's always a whole picture. We're looking at the whole picture in terms of that confirmation, whether or not you're going to hit the button or not. Look at all the time frames. Look at all your indicators. You guys assimilate that information the best you can, and I just know that you're gonna win in 2022. And in terms of the kind of the pep rally here, I'm just going to tell you like a coach would, guys. I can, well, my coach would always tell me this is like, I can teach you how to play the game, but I can't play it for you once you're on the field, right? And that's never my intention to do for anybody. But if I can give us a little bit of the encouragement at the late night, you guys need a little bit of energy, however that comes, and whatever formula that comes across, I want to give you guys a little bit of energy. So if that focuses you more on the market, then let's go get it. All right, let's go get the market. This is London with Crypto Kingdom. I want to see this ascending triangle come forth, but I want you guys to be prepared, as I've said, for price action in the entirety of this green zone. I did let VIP know earlier on it would make sense, right? The same thing I talked about beforehand is a carry feature with buy orders and sell orders, right? It would just make sense, particularly if you have to walk away from your trade station at all at any point in time. That makes sense. Always buying, always selling. So that carry feature with the guys with the limit orders to buy, limit orders to sell, it's just kind of tough to beat that. If you're looking for like the answer to the question, is it going up or is it going down, guys? I'm just gonna say it. We referred to all of the price actions tonight. We went through most of the, if not all of the primary coins. Shout out again to any VIP. Shout out to Angel if you guys decided to trade that FXS when I brought it to you at the Golden Pocket. And we've had just a few good runs this week from Bitcoin. It's been 15% to the upside. That was nice. That lower level dot, Angel, in terms of that target I gave to you, was 15% to the upside. There's just been a lot of good trades this week amidst the downward price action. So it is proof, guys, that you can beat the market if you hit that button. You guys know that. You can hit that button, guys, trade, but amidst a downward market, against this retracement and the pressure that's going on with the Fed and everything else, I'm just excited. And I had to stream. I was going to wait for more price action, but I'm like, you know what? It's time to come forward and say VIP are doing well. We have the market intel, as Angel always says. I love this when he says it. And it's the truth. He says, number one intel, number one TA. We beat the market. That's just it. You can't beat that. It creates an unbeatable kind of atmosphere. And that's what we want to create. It's just that we're unbeatable. So toughen up with the market. Toughen up with your technicals. And I just say that for this remainder in here, you're going to have to, I just ask continually, have you booked a trade? Have you booked a trade? We're always buying, always selling, right? Buying where? Lower prices. Do you have orders waiting? Do you have orders waiting on your coins? Okay, do you have your levels figured out? I've given you guys some direct with levels, etc. Just if they're technically indicated, right? If something's technically indicated, absolutely, just front and foremost. That's just it's just simple, right? It's just it takes 2 seconds to do it. I know you guys do it all the time, right? So in terms of that, we'll be having the same discussion soon hereafter, and the same question is going to be asked, and I want to know who's booking them. I want to know, and I'll shout out to Freddie because I know Freddie booked a trade. I know that for a fact that Freddie booked a trade, and he's the champ for January, right? And what did he do? He booked a 5L on Bitcoin. Boom, he booked it. That's what I'm interested in, okay? And way to go, Freddie. I know in the first and not too long in VIP, he had triple his account, right? And it's just, he may not have that stigma of Angel in terms of the iron hands, in terms of literally, like I tell Angel all the time, he's just got iron hands. He can withstand some heavy pressure. But unlike on a 5L, there's only so much of that you can withstand. You got to hit your targets on the lower side, okay? You got to do that. And in terms of those perfect takes, if we could all perfect that, it'd be fantastic, right? So we'll look to Freddie for maybe some insight on that. And I was glad to be able to kind of jog everybody's memory a little bit there in the back in terms of that kind of, I'll never forget the time. It was 1:04, and I'm like, like, hey, the clock is ticking. Where is everybody on their take? And I remember at 104 and then 105, boom, it hit down. So yeah, that's about how tight things are. When you're thinking about something, should you be doing it? Don't be too hesitant. Never be afraid of the market, guys. But do put the diligence into it that it merits in terms of your overall technicals. And yeah, that's just what I'll say, guys. I hope you're doing well. I wanted this to be a short stream so people can watch it tomorrow, get the entirety of it. Freddie, you're on the hook right now. We're supposed to watch a video of you, so I want to see that tomorrow, brother. And I hope you guys are doing well. I'll try and bring you a few more trades, but I want to hear who is trading in terms of, like, if I bring you another target, another thing this next week. There were 3 this week that I brought people. I want to know, if you guys are trading, what are you doing? If you're busy with other things, you let me know that too. I understand that fully and completely. I always saying, what is it? The market's open 24/7. Eat well, sleep well, and make sure you're investing in those relationships you knew were worth investing in before you started investing. And I'm going to tell you this, guys. I really believe that the relationship right here with the channel is worth investing in. All right, and you've started investing. This is the first night that you've heard me say that. I believe this relationship right here with the channel is one that's worth investing in because you have started investing. Okay, because you've really started investing, and I hope that you guys continue to invest in your time and your diligence in the market, your time and diligence with me, and I'll continue to do the same as I continue to build VIP for you guys throughout 2022. This is London with Crypto Kingdom and Bitcoin Spike. Hope you guys are doing well. Go book those trades. We'll talk to you soon.